Hello guys, my name is Philip, and today I want to talk about freedom. Now there's a realization I've come to when it comes to freedom through going through NoFap. Also taking LSD kind of helped me with this, gave me a little bit of a more, like a nudge. Also other things that I did, just changing my diet, living more healthy, working out. All of these things, it just makes you think quicker and think better. Also, good thinkers often turn into free thinkers. So, where does freedom come from? Does your parents give you freedom? Does politicians give you freedom? Does anyone really ever give you freedom? No, nobody ever gives you freedom because they can't give you freedom. Freedom is not something that can possibly be given. It has to come from inside. Now, as a libertarian, I was a libertarian ever since I was 15 years old, but I didn't really understand the deep sort of ethics of it before, well, quite recently actually. Because I was also one of those who would rely on politicians, who would think that, you know, as long as we just, as long as the Libertarian Party wins, right, we're free, you know, we're free because we have politicians that allow us to be free. See, that's the only thing that the libertarian politicians are going to do. They're going to allow you to be free, but they're not actually going to set you free. You're going to have to set yourself free. Now, how do you get free? Well, you get rid of fear, you get rid of addiction, and you get rid of shame. Now, if there's anything in your life that you're ashamed to do, eliminate those things from your life. I know it's hard. I know you want to keep watching that double fisting fetish porn even though you're really ashamed of it and you probably hate yourself after every orgasm. But just try to stop. Also, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to do things because they're illegal. You should rather be focusing on whether or not it's morally correct, ethically correct to do something. You should do anything you want if it feels right for you, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone else. And you shouldn't be scared to go to prison. You shouldn't be scared of men in costumes who are gonna handcuff you. That's only gonna get society in the wrong direction, because people are gonna be afraid, people are gonna be afraid of each other. As soon as a person fears one thing, he starts fearing other things as well, because there's an overall sort of anxious energy that comes from inside when you start fearing things. So the more we fear government, the more we fear the police, the more we fear each other as well, and the harder it becomes to cooperate as a society. Addiction. If there's anything you're addicted to, try your very best to cut that addiction. Because that's also a thing that's going to chain you to the ground. And it's a thing that you're depending on. Being addicted to something means you're depending on it. And it also means that you're not free. You're not independent. You shouldn't limit yourself. That's the thing about people. I mean, government is more reliant on its people than you think. If every single person becomes completely independent in government and comes to the realization that we don't need government if we can only just be stronger ourselves and more independent ourselves. If people stop relying on each other, stop relying on government, and rather cooperate with each other without the influence of government, the government is really just going to die out. Because it's so reliant on its people, it's so reliant on those taxpayers that they keep obeying the rules, and that they keep being scared. The government is very reliant on your fear. Because how does the law work? Well, the law, it doesn't work in the sense that all the people who do illegal actions go to prison, because they don't. How many people do you know who have broken the law at some point in their lives? Probably like about every single person you know. How many of those have gone to prison? Probably like a couple. Now, the conclusion to this is the government, no, not the government, the law does not work in the sense that all the people who do illegal actions go to prison. But it does work in the sense that people are afraid to go to prison. People are scared of the law. People are scared of men in costumes putting handcuffs on them. People are scared of government. And that's fear. That's not respect. That's fear. Now, the very interesting thing about fear and respect is that it's two different things, but it has the same result in very many cases. This is the case with government. People don't respect government. That's why they vote a different party every year, because they're disappointed. People are always disappointed. They just don't understand that the problem is not the person having the power, the problem is the power. So they keep voting for a different politician or group of politicians, that is a political party, who has opinions that's more similar to theirs. And they think, well, that's gonna get society in the right direction because they agree to me more. But well, what happens? Government expands. They keep fucking people over even more, and the people who voted for that party are disappointed again. So, how do we stop that? How do we set ourselves free? Well, we stop being afraid, we stop being ashamed, and we stop being addicted. And that's hard. That's the thing, guys. That solution is hard. You know what's really easy? Voting for a political party. That's fucking easy. You just go to a voting booth and you X off to the political party that you want to vote for. That's all you have to do. It's fucking easy as hell. But that's not the solution. The solution is hard, guys. The solution is self-improvement. The solution is changing what's in here. And that's bloody hard. But that's what works. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm still scared of things. I'm still... well, I'm not really addicted to anything. But you know, I still do, every now and then I do things that I'm kind of ashamed of. And I'm also scared of certain things. So even I, myself, I'm not completely free yet. Not at all, but I'm getting towards the point of freedom. And I've also killed much of my social anxiety, which is also a great way to be more free. That's also, you know, regarding fear. You're afraid of other people, you're afraid of rejection, things like that. So no, freedom is not going to come from anyone else. Nobody is going to give you any freedom, give you any rights. Government often sort of brings up the illusion that they give people rights. This is what we saw when Obama legalized gay marriage. Everyone's like, yeah, the government gave us rights, guys. No. They gave back rights that they had at some point taken away. If government wouldn't exist in the first place, gay people could marry each other as much as they wanted to. Obama didn't give any rights without someone before him taking it away. I'm not saying that what Obama did was bad. I'm just saying that it's not a proof that government is some sort of source of freedom. Government doesn't give freedom. It doesn't ever give freedom. Nobody ever gives freedom. Freedom only comes from inside. The only way to achieve freedom is by freeing yourself and inspiring other people to do the same. Now that's all I have for you guys today, I think. I think I mentioned everything I wanted to say. I'm gonna make another video in the nearest future, I think in a couple of days, also regarding freedom, because there is a sort of case of that that I myself have sort of been a part of or witnessed, I guess, in person. That is a very good example of how things are actually sort of going in the right direction. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye.